So I have been meaning to talk about the Megan Thee Stallion versus Milagro Graham's case. I just did not get an opportunity to, and I actually did do a little recording, but because I didn't have a chance to put it out, I said, you know what? I'm just going to wait for the verdict before I even do another commentary, and I'm just going to scrap the one that I did. And I'm actually glad that I did. Not that it changes my thoughts on the situation, but I want to get into the lawsuit drama because there are a lot of outlets reporting that Megan Thee Stallion won. And if we want to look at it on paper, yeah, she probably did. But my question is, did she really win? Did she really get what she was looking for? Or did she lose? Because depending on who you ask, and depending on what you're really looking at and how you break it down, is really how you get to the answers with regard to this situation. And I just want to be beautifully honest about it. So let's get into it, guys. What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice.
Is in. Rapper Megan Thee Stallion celebrating a victory today after winning her defamation civil suit against blogger Milagro Grams.
The musician, whose real name is Megan Pete, sued that blogger for playing up a sexually explicit AI-generated video of her. But tonight, that blogger is ordered to pay up. Good evening, I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor was inside the courtroom when that verdict was read, and he joins us live now from downtown Miami with more. Yvonne?
Yes, Jim and Lauren. So Milagro Cooper was found liable in this lawsuit, and that is the term used when we're talking about a civil lawsuit. Normally, guilty is when it's a criminal case. So she was found liable in this case. And that means that Megan Thee Stallion will be compensated, but only for a fraction of the millions of dollars she was seeking. Yet, as you will see now, she still looked happy with the outcome.
Megan Thee Stallion left federal court with a smile on her face.
Can I say something?
Are you happy? Are you happy with the outcome?
I'm just happy.
This is the end of a trial that began November 17. Megan Pete, the rapper's legal name, filed a lawsuit in October, days after a new Florida law went into effect. It allows people whose images are manipulated, as in AI false pornography, a way to sue those responsible in court. That's what this case was all about. Her lead attorney, John O'Sullivan, also came out smiling.
All good. Terrific.
Sullivan stated Megan Pete suffered emotional distress because of the AI deepfake video. The rapper testified it caused her to seek intensive mental health treatment. That cost her $240,000. She even wondered if her life was worth living. She said she also lost music contracts worth approximately $4 million. The jurors answered 16 questions to reach out the verdict. They said yes to Milagro Cooper being liable for defamation. She should compensate Megan Pete. But they also said that Milagro Cooper was treated as a member of the media.
Thank you guys for coming out every day.
Milagro seemed relieved with the verdict.
I just want to thank all the jurors, everybody who participated, and I'm happy it's over.
At the end of the day, it was not a complete win for any side. It's a trial. This is what happens in trial.
Are you happy then with the outcome?
I'm not ecstatic. Of course, you want things to go your way, but like I said, I respect the jury and what they decided, and I think I made out pretty good. Do you know where I am, honey?
That's right. She tells me
All right, guys, so let's talk about this case. Well, the headlines are all over the place about it, and there's mixed feelings, fan bases. Some are doing mental gymnastics. And yes, technically, Megan won her case in court. But let's be honest, this was not the victory she wanted. She did not get the big defamation win she was aiming for. She did not get the Cardi B v Tasha K level judgment. She has spent a whole lot of money and put a lot of attention on a situation where, quite frankly, the person that she chose to sue was not the only one that had a lot of public opinions about her. And the financial damages, let's just say, they are nowhere near what she hoped for. And honestly, she didn't even need. Meanwhile, the blogger Milagro Grams, she was the one that was sued, and now sitting down with Gayle King. Yep, Gayle King. Giving her side of the story. You know, I guess Gayle was like, look, I've already interviewed Megan before. Let me go ahead and speak to somebody who was involved in a situation with her. So she was able to give her side of the story after the lawsuit has been said and done and judgment has been rendered. And she was telling you what she was wanting to tell the public and putting her narrative and her spin on the situation. And honestly, this lawsuit was meant to silence her. It was meant to punish her. It was supposed to make an example out of her, shut her up, shut her down, just like it was what Cardi B wanted to do with Tasha K. And instead, this situation, the judgment is minimal. Milagro Graham, she's gained another opportunity for her platform to grow because she's gotten more media exposure. She's being seen as media. And Megan did not get this public vindication she sought. Yeah, there are definitely outlets out there that are saying, oh yeah, she won, she got her victory. But there are a lot of people that are out here saying, look, so happy for Milagro, happy that she won. And I'm seeing it across the board. I'm not just talking about one person. I've scanned the internet, guys. I've seen it a lot. And the fan narrative, of course, you know, it's being held together with, I feel like, wishful thinking, because it's like, yay, Megan, she won her case. But did she really win the case? Or did she lose this bigger battle? Because sometimes a legal win, it doesn't translate into public perception and giving you the financial impact or the long-term narrative control. I listened to Milagro. I was listening to some clips of her because she was on Armand Wiggins' channel after the judgment was rendered. And she said, there's nothing that says that I can't talk about her anymore, but you know what? I'm going to give her what she wanted. She put out this perception of her being Regina George and being a bully, but yet I'm being seen as a bully because I was speaking about her. So I'm just going to give her that. I'm not going to discuss her anymore, even though the judgment wasn't rendered to say that I couldn't discuss her anymore. And so the looking at it from the outside, this doesn't look like the knockout that Megan was hoping for. So yeah, it's technically a win, but with very little payout. And ultimately, I feel like in the long term, it's going to benefit the blogger Milagro Grams, who goes by Mob Radio, so much bigger than Megan was hoping for. So it's, again, one of those similar situations. Similar, like I said, not completely the same. But one of those similar situations where the celebrity decides to sue someone that's seen as smaller. And because of that, it garners this person more national attention, more national headlines, and yeah, it may garner them some hate, but also I feel like in the long run garnering them more love, because you can say what you want to say about her, you can say what you want to say about Tasha K, but like I said before, when these bigger entities choose to sue the little person, more people, even if a lot of people are not going to be on that person's side just for the sheer sake of celebrity, because in this world of celebrity culture, a lot of people idolize the celebrities, but there are some people who still root for the underdog. So ultimately they are going to garner more attention, and ultimately I believe more love than hate, because a lot of people are going to see that the smaller person is being picked on by the bigger person. And especially in the situation, because it's the power dynamics and the money and the attention and the fame and all of that, especially in this situation when it came to Megan Thee Stallion choosing to sue who she chose to sue. Because the thing that I wanted to talk about before, which I did, I just never released it, I was speaking to the fact that in court, when she was asked, meaning Megan Thee Stallion, when she was asked about what she thought defamation meant, she didn't even know the definition of it. And then there were other bloggers, vloggers, podcasters, Joe Budden, DJ academics, who have been saying terrible things about her and sharing their opinions about her as well, that they could be, I feel like, maybe labeled in that same category as she chose to put Milagro Grams in, but she chose not to sue them. And so it was almost looking like you're picking on another female. Is it because you feel like that female may have had some attention of the person that it was revealed that you had a sexual encounter, even if it was just once, whatever? Tory Lanez, does it have something to do with that, or is it because you feel that this person defamed you? And that, for me, it goes back to the commentary that I did before that I just never put out there, where I just felt like when these bigger, larger entities, which they're not just people at this point, they're entities, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, because of who they're backed by, who they're connected with and attached to and all of those things, is it because of what you're claiming, or is it because of other things that have been revealed? And it's making it look biased, but because of the weight that you have in the court system, you're almost already favored, even if 100% you're not right. So with this win, quote unquote, for Megan Thee Stallion, it's looking like it's not going to ultimately work out for her in the way that she was hoping for, because I'm very sure that she's not happy with Gayle King, the same woman that she called a bitch after she did an interview with her. And I didn't watch her documentary, but on her documentary, I believe she referenced Gayle King as a bitch because of questions that were asked of her when she did an interview with her about her sexual relationship with Tory Lanez. The fact that now this same woman gave the opportunity for your defendant to speak her piece on this higher level public platform that you don't feel that she deserves to be on. I'm just saying, it's, a win for her, but ultimately it didn't go down the way that she was hoping. And what is it, $75,000 or so? That's not a little bit of money, but it's not what she was seeking. She was looking for that Cardi B level type of punitive a judgment, and that's not what she received. But again, $75,000 is not $7,500. It's not $750. It's not $75. $75,000 is not a little bit of money, but it ain't $75 million either. So with all of that being said, I don't feel that this was the outcome that she was hoping for. But hopefully they both can move on with their lives. And I I don't know much about the blogger that she sued, but what I will say is I don't like it when I see these bigger level entities coming after the smaller person, especially when I feel like things could have been done a little bit differently. But this is the route that they chose to take. What's done is done. And now she's probably going to gain even more attention than Megan Thee Stallion was hoping that she would have gotten. So with that being said, it's done. It's over with. And hopefully things can work out for the both of them, because I don't think that Megan Thee Stallion is happy about a lot of people just not really liking her from across the board. I see a lot of favorable things about her, but it just seems to me similar with Cardi B, where they tend to focus on the negative narratives versus just focusing on the people who do show you love. If that's what you need, then focus on the ones that love you, not on the ones that don't. But for whatever reason, she felt like blogs are being paid to hate on her, to speak negatively about her, to not praise and worship. And it's just not like that. I'm not into any of them when it comes to the music, so I don't really care. But from what I've heard, a lot of people just are not here for her music like that. But I've seen a lot of favorable commentary about her music and about her, period. So I just feel like if you need to seek that type of support and energy, then just focus on the ones that love you and block out the ones that don't. I'm not saying that it's a good thing when people are hating on you or you feel like they're hating on you. I don't think anybody enjoys that, but you have to learn to just ignore some stuff and just keep moving on. And hopefully they both can do that. But I want to know what you guys think, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.